trip. I was hoping for a messy Saturday. Not messy enough for me. Not messy enough for me, but we'll get into that in just a bit. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the road trip. It is a Saturday. It's a busy Saturday. Lots of matches going on. Welcome to the show, Mr. Tom. How you doing?
Greetings, Gary. Hello to everyone. Filtering into the comment section. Disclaimer, I've got my brother's kids here, so apologise for the significant increase in noise that may randomly pop up at points during the show. I've already had to kick one of them out the dungeon, so...
Kids in the dungeon? What is going on?
I know. He wanted to turn the light on. I don't know if you could hear it, but he was like, "Oh, it's dark in here." I was like, "Get away from that light."
Kids in the dungeon doing what they do. That's crazy. All right. So let's get into it. Last night we were on the stoop talking about this weekend's games, and I said I'm hoping for NASCAR. I'm hoping for car wrecks. I'm hoping for, and as you can hear, a lot of noise in the background there. So they were hoping for it as well. Definitely hoping for it, and we did not get it. But we'll talk about that. So, all right, Mr. Tom. I guess you know what, we can get into it. Oh, Riddy has joined us here. So Riddy,
why couldn't he have used a condom?
Welcome to. Okay, Riddy, welcome to the show. Maybe later today you'll have a lot to say, Riddy. And this is, as Reddy says, Gary, the voice of North London. Very nice, very nice. I was hoping that that Arsenal is the only. I was born there. I kind of, maybe not, but you know, I was gonna say. I was hoping that the only London team to win this weekend was Arsenal, but seems that's not going to be the case. And Tom is the voice of Leeds. So there you go. Hope he's saying Leeds a lot today. That's what I hope, and we all hope that for him as well. So I guess we'll go through it since it is the weekend matches are played. We'll talk about, let's step back. I guess let's go back a little bit because we haven't seen you guys that hang out with us anyways on a Saturday. We've had enough time to take in everything that's happened since the last time we met. All right, since the last time we met, we've had a lot. We've been able to hopefully digest and have come with I would just say better, not better, but more improved feelings towards what happened over the last last week, anyways. Mr. Tom, I guess I'll let you go first since you're here. So last week, it hasn't been a good time for Leeds right now, but we talked about that as well. Better. Yeah. I think, their last. Talk to me about Leeds as you feel today. It's another day since the last time you've talked about them. It's another day added to when you last saw them that you've added. So how are you feeling today?
It's frustrating because realistically we need to win at places that a lot of people don't win at, and I don't know. It feels like we're needlessly putting ourselves into impossible situations. But that's football, I suppose.
Yes. It's hard. I guess it's hard to even say because you're probably going to say no, but I think there is some yes to it as far as the football looks like something and you can see. I believe you can see how it could turn into something, right? Is that true? Like there's
This is
some
the thing.
minor details that just aren't clicking right now, but in general,
I
the
know what you're
football.
saying, and I know that you're not wrong. I understand what you're getting at when you're saying like the performances are there, statistically, we're creating chances, we're doing all the things you should be doing. But that's only good if you do to convert it into points. If we're still a month from now and we've still got the same amount of points as we have now, then it's not good. Yeah, just it's frustrating because, like you say, like people on the outside are like, "Well, you're not playing badly," and it's like, yeah, but Arsenal played badly at Ellen Road, and one of us got the points, and it wasn't me. And it feels like that's a running theme throughout our season thus far. Like the only game we've actually played well in and got something was Chelsea. Other than that, it's been good performance, bad result, bad performance, bad result.
True. Yeah. Nah. I mean, I can't say anything more. It's just I'll just be repeating the same thing. So, but yeah, no, I hear you. That is frustrating, and it sucks, right? It really does.
Well,
It really
I
does.
said it. I did say it yesterday. I can't remember if it was actually on the stoop or in the after chat, but we're in the situation where we've played most of the games that we would have looked to have got points from already and not got points. Like previous seasons, we started out with difficult games and then like eased into some where you can pick up points. But this season, it's been the opposite. Like the only big six teams we've played thus far are Arsenal and Chelsea. But we're nearly halfway through the season, or quarter to half. So statistically, that means now that we've got big games coming up. 4 out of 5 is 4 of the big 6. Well, not Newcastle as well, but who are we kidding? It's now a big 7, isn't it?
It looks like it right now. We'll get into the scores for the teams, and as Siridi said here, the Seagulls had fun today, and it was fun to watch. And it probably was, as I've said, probably the only kind of bright spot on the day for those of us haters out there. I mean, pretty much for the haters out there, this is probably the only like semblance of like ha ha ha, a little bit of joy. For sure,
This
And
is the problem with my team's league
the gun
position.
hit. Jimpy's jumping the gun right now. Does he not know the order, the sequence of events on how things happen? The chips get opened at a certain time. Mr. Tom will let you know. But if you're gonna go ahead and just jump the gun, let us know how
Seeing as it's a Saturday evening, open your crisp ready.
All right, so there you go. So you have been allowed to actually partake in the snacks, the crisps.
I'll allow it this early because it's Saturday. It's 5 p.m.
And it looks like he's got 2 bags, right, of chips that he's going to test out. Or is that actually Thai?
That is true. But no. There's two separate.
Yeah. So give us a grade on a ranking on these chips, the punchy paprika from Walker's and the Thai sweet chicken from McCoy's. Very nice selection. They sound tasty. So we shall see. You'll let us know. Hopefully, we'll have some more people hopefully join us as we go along here. I know Sam will be in a little bit later, but so he's got the link, so he'll be in. All right. So I guess you've talked a little bit about Leeds, and I guess I'll get into Arsenal based on where I feel today. Um, we're coming home, so that's got to be a plus. We've played. Hopefully, as a team, they realize they haven't played. They haven't played up to their standards in a while, and it's one of those things where I would like at least one player to look like they stand out. One player to look like they're actually doing what needs to be done. That's kind of my concern is that it looks like I have to really dig deep to figure out who is actually out there playing to, a standard that Arteta wants. It feels like we're grasping at straws trying to find somebody who's doing their job. And yes, they're going to have dips throughout the game, but in for a 90-minute period, you're hoping you can see somebody who like stood out. And the last match we didn't see that, and sometimes it's hard to see. I need to see a lot more of it so I can go, yes, that's what we want to see. So coming home, Nottingham Forest would have seemed like a good team to play, but I'm all about. It's also about the way what you're coming in with, what baggage are you bringing into this thing, and Nottingham Forest is bringing in some good baggage. In the case, you get a win versus Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool could have probably won that regardless, but nonetheless, they did not, and that's how this thing works. You asked Mr. Tommy said this earlier today, right? It doesn't matter if you do everything right up to 90%. If you do the 90% of the work right, if the last 10 you don't see the results of it, and then it's all for naught. So Liverpool had their chances and missed it, and Nottingham Forest got their chance and they took it. So, and with that, we are going to add Sam to the show. Sam, how you doing? Sam G Dog, what's up?
Ahoy, ahoy.
Ahoy, ahoy. G Dog with the ahoy, ahoy. All right. We're just sitting here chatting about our last game, just to get our last and final thought on it. And see, Newcastle and their fans deserve days like these. See, I am not I'm not that type of man. I'm not going to ever say that. I don't want anybody to have those types of days. I'm very sorry. I don't know how you guys feel.
No, I'm upset because I want it to be my team that has days like that.
I know, Sam. What are you thinking?
Better, aren't they?
Yeah,
this time last year, we thought they might get relegated because we thought, oh, who are they going to be able to bring in January that's going to save them, sort of thing. But then it's amazing what spending £140 million in the January transfer window does for you.
Bloody hell! I just saw the Spurs result.
Yes,
Bloody
exactly.
Hell.
Yeah, that's why.
Jinx,
I was talking about. Didn't I say it? Didn't I say it, Tom? Didn't I say it? You know what? You can blame Ray for this. He started me.
I'm sending him a message straight away.
Ray started me down a path where I actually responded to his praise of how this weekend was going, and I was hoping for an upset in the first match today. That was who my upset pick was, and Sands free kick from De Bruyne. It could have been the way that match was going, but nope, I didn't get it there.
To be fair, Gary, I expected one of them to turn it around. So I thought, no, I'm going to enjoy this at half time where they're both in the shit.
No, I hear you, but I wasn't expecting somebody to lose. You know what I mean? I was hoping maybe they catch up, but they don't win. So I want points dropped. See?
Bloody Spurs, honestly. They keep coming back.
Yeah. And Bournemouth did not look like they were going to score in that second half. I don't know. From the bits and pieces that I saw, it looked more like that team was going to score.
They did score in the second half.
No,
they were only 1-0 up half time.
They needed to score. Well, they went up early, right?
Yeah, like 50th minute.
I said the bits and pieces that I saw, so it would probably be definitely after that. But when they had the 2-goal lead, and even after they gave up a goal, it still looked like they were okay hanging on. And you can't do that. You can't do that in this game. You can't do this. You can't do that in this game. And,
it's a soul-destroying result, though, for Bournemouth because
definitely,
it's the sort of result that makes you feel like why even bother playing? because
Yeah.
even if you go 2-0 up, you're still going to lose because
You
the other
say
team
that,
have
you
such
say that, but then you
significant
just talked
resources.
about, yeah, you say that, but you just talk about a Newcastle team who had the same thing happen to them, right? You're up 3-1 against City. You expect to get a result out of that, regardless of
Bournemouth,
them
honestly.
being
Bournemouth.
City, right?
Bournemouth didn't spend 200 million since last year, though.
Well, like I said, Newcastle should, they could be demoralized by it, or they can use it as inspiration. But before we continue on with this game,
Bournemouth, honestly.
Sam, let's before, like I said, we talked about this. Any last thoughts on basically what happened?
It's crap.
The
Yeah.
last couple of games, the last couple of games for Arsenal.
Oh, Ray, you bastard! You're here. You should hide yourself in shame, Ray.
Yeah, Ray. See what you did. See what you did to me, Ray. Ray, you did this to me.
I'd hate to be with Bournemouth for playing next.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. It's Leeds. Fuck.
Ray, you did this to me. See, it's Ray's fault. I knew it. I should have.
Why are you blaming Ray? What's Ray do?
Ray started me down a path.
I bet he didn't have to work very hard though to send you down that path.
No, he didn't.
Ray,
but he started it.
Ray, they jinx every result.
I was gonna be quiet the whole time, and then Ray stepped in and said something about 2-0. Bournemouth.
Hang on, sorry. What's on the menu tonight, Chef Greenwood?
So tonight I am dining on the tears of Spurs fans, mixed gently with the cream of Leeds fans, on top of some macaroni.
That doesn't sound very PG.
Tom, I don't know where your mind went, but I think he's talking about food.
I hope he's talking about food, but I don't think he was talking about food.
There. Your mind went there.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. You mentioned it upset Ray, and that's where it starts.
He's defended himself here in the comment section, as he should. I'd expect him to defend himself.
He will lose in that debate. Tell him, Sam.
You're just talking about Tottenham as well, Ray. I'm going to check the logs.
He's probably deleting them as we speak.
He's furiously deleting them. He's trying to get out of it.
But Sam,
anything you want a nice job there, he says.
But Sam, anything you want to say about Arsenal now that you've had time to digest it even another day further as we come into
the game was. I'll just keep it very short and sweet. It was a bad day at the office again. It's a trend we're seeing lately where mistakes are happening. We're starting to see a few creaks in what we're doing at the moment. I just hope we get back to form as soon as possible. I just want to forget that game as quickly as possible. It just wasn't good.
That is true. And Ray, you can't. You led the horse to water, and then I drank. All right, you can't. So you can blame.
I know it's sarcasm, Ray, but as soon as you guys start going on about Spurs when they're losing, they bounce back and win every time.
It was 60 minutes in. 60 minutes in, they're up 2.
It's the Matrix. I tell you, it's the Matrix. It's just completely twisted.
Oh, it doesn't. It never fails. Colonel Ward is joining us. Welcome to the show. Hey, Sam.
I was hoping Colonel would accidentally unsubscribed and couldn't find the channel again.
Yeah,
but it seems to have.
How is home treating you, Tom? Hopefully, you're not putting the Leeds game on. Leeds will make you depressed. Yeah, I think Sam.
Don't unsubscribe. Subscribe.
He's not gonna unsubscribe, is he? He's having fun. He enjoys hanging out with us.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Reedy. Reedy was the reason I was late today. He was outside my house looking for an autograph. I had to go out and sign his tickets.
It's believable. I could believe it.
Scouse lamb stew tonight. That sounds tasty. Yeah. The lamb stew part.
Well, lamb stew is so nice.
It's probably got hubcaps in it.
Hubcaps in it. That's true.
The Conte sentence was sarcasm. What?
Yeah, we know that, Ray. He was only joking with me, but
You mentioned that team, and that's all it needed.
so the Matrix just needs that. As soon as you and Gary mention Tottenham when they're leading, the Matrix just go and Sung Min Ping Pong scores 54 goals.
It's unsustainable, but it's a little, what do they call it? When something's unstable. It's actually unstable. You never know when it's going to blow. It blew up. It blew up a couple days ago, and then today it basically was able to maintain its form and not explode. So there you go. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And Riddy's not thinking that that's the case. He was not at your house, but I think you got cameras to say that maybe that you were there.
Put it on YouTube.
Sam's house is like Notting Hill every day.
Yeah, Julia Roberts was here yesterday. I had to tell her to piss off.
I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love me.
I said, where's the KFC? No KFC. You're hopeless, you are.
Oh, man. That Leeds top looks like Adidas affiliates is nice. Just a shame about the football. Well, he's got nothing. He's gonna put a little sugar on and then douse the salt on just to screw it up. Man, it's coming.
I find that quite cheeky because I think it's quite widely recognised that Leeds play some of the best football in the Premier League for the last 3 years. Yeah.
No, I definitely. I'd like the style if you can back it up. You were able to back it up when you first came into the league, but you're changing to get better. And it's a transitions phase, right? This is the cocoon phase. You're still trying to get out of your shell, and Ray's just trying to defer here and say,
I love these random questions. KFC or chicken?
What's this say?
Sorry.
You need a boat or a dinghy to go to Sam's house for an autograph. What? You live on your own lake?
That's my summer house, Riddy.
You live on your own lake?
Into my winter house now. My summer house has a moat around it. With crocodiles. With crocodiles and very cunning newts.
That's very 1630s of you.
Yes,
there you go.
I got it cheap. Off this guy called Dracula. I don't know who he is.
Okay, here's I know there's a question here, but
he's Romanian. He just did some drywall work down the road.
Yeah. So here's my thinking. Here's my thought on this initially. So when you say KFC, do you mean chicken on the bone?
Yeah, like Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'd imagine.
No, well, I don't.
Although they are just KFC now, though, aren't they? It's just that.
Yeah, they can't. They're not chicken. They're not chicken anymore. They just, they took the chicken out.
Yeah, but as long as I don't know or see that, then I don't care. As long as it don't cluck on my plate, I'm not too fussed.
There you go. So here's a question. So before you answer, because I want to clarify this so I can answer it after you. So KFC doesn't mean KFC nuggets.
No, they don't do nuggets here.
Oh, okay. They do popcorn chicken over here, so I don't know if that's considered.
Yeah, they do popcorn chicken, but I wouldn't call that nugget.
Okay, all right. So KFC chicken on the bone versus McDonald's chicken nuggets.
It's more of a chicken ball, isn't it? Instinctually, I'm going to say KFC because that's what they specialise in. It would be like asking who does a better Big Mac out of McDonald's or the chicken shop. I mean,
Burger King has their big BK King, which is supposed to be a spin-off of the Big Mac. But
to be fair to McDonald's, as I'm assuming that's mainly what chicken nugget brand is going to be. When I visited Gary in London, the only place that was open on my way home was McDonald's, and I had 20 chicken nuggets for about £4 something, and it was delicious. Mainly because I was drunk. Oh, Ray knows. See, yeah, but it was great. So so as much as I'm saying KFC, I'm not putting any disrespect on the chicken nuggets because they completed a great service that night.
Yeah.
All 20 of them.
Very well put, Tom.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is supposed to be a football chat, but I will discuss anything.
I think this is the road trip, isn't it? And with the road trip, there are detours, as long as they are good detours. This is a good detour talking about
You've got to
chicken.
enjoy the trip. You know, that's it. You've got to enjoy the trip, and you've got to take it where it takes you.
Definitely.
But
I think everybody has talked enough football since the last match, so we don't have to talk about football.
KFC, chicken nuggets. Put your hands together, brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
you know what? For me,
I would put forward that a lovely combination would be out of the fast food joints. I like a double Whopper, but I want the fries from McDonald's, and I want a milkshake from. I want the milkshake from. Yeah, I prefer the BK milkshake, to be honest.
That's interesting. You say
the fries at Burger King, at least over here, they're no good. They're always.
No, I don't like. You know what? The fries. The only fries that are
anything.
good. The top quality fries for me, anyways, are Five Guys, McDonald's.
Yeah, if you get a Five Guys, of course they're top. They're top. Yeah.
Then Wendy's, and then Burger King.
KFC started copying Five Guys, though, didn't they? They've started leaving the skin on the on the chips.
I like the skin on the fries from KFC, but I'm not going there for the fries. You know what I mean? Like it just. This is
the thing. I learned about food that was quite interesting. Like I never thought about it like this, but like I had a friend who basically he won't eat secondary items from a brand place. Like if he goes to McDonald's, he'll get a burger. He's not going to get chicken from McDonald's. If he wants chicken, he'll go to KFC.
Yeah.
Or he won't get chicken from a kebab shop. He'll just get like that sort of thing.
Yeah,
I've never really thought about it like that. Yeah. But I was like,
it makes sense.
We're still down to the buffet, mate.
Reminds me of a mate of mine who went. He's notorious like that. He'll never follow what we're actually are. He completely, it's like, what are you doing? We was at this Mexican restaurant. He went to a Mexican restaurant and he just orders a straight normal burger.
Yeah, that doesn't make it. I'll just have a burger, please, plain, nothing else on it. Like what?
Like, what are you doing? We're at a Mexican place. There's enchiladas, some burritos, something. No, I'll just have a burger. All right, man. Okay, you go to McDonald's.
That is classic. Was he an older gentleman by any chance? Because that is classic. Like I only eat food is English.
He's only a bit older than me, if you can class me as an older gentleman, but he's only a bit older than me.
Well, because like for example, my dad was sort of. It's hard to explain, but at the same time, he'd basically cut it. Long story short, he'd basically be like, "I only eat English food. Like I don't want foreign food." But he told me that once while he was sat eating chili con carne, and I went, "Where do you think that's from?" Yeah. He went, "It's just a bit of meat with." And I was like, "No, what you're eating is literally Mexican." He was like, "Is it?" I was like, and then I went, "Well, should we have something from the Chinese?" So they ended up getting him like chicken chow mein or something, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is lovely as well." I was like, "You've got all these years you've gone missing out on great food just because you're stupid." I mean, sorry, because of your what's the word, xenophobia or whatever. I was like,
yeah. But then you know what?
So you heard it here, folks. Folks, you heard it here.
I'm going to address that. I'm going to address that in 2 seconds. But I just want to get back to Tom just for 1 second, and that is that fucking hell, put me completely off track there with that Ray coming in there. What did you say, Tom? Oh yeah, your dad's
tasty food.
Xenophobia. Yeah, I was going to say that if your dad had a tikka masala, right, he would be having English food.
Well, it is the number one food in England, right?
No, not just that, but the tikka masala, believe it or not, was not invented in India or in that part of the world. It was invented here in Britain.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
And Ray, Julia Robert, you got all of that right, apart from she didn't bring the KFC. Right? So she didn't deliver the KFC.
She delivered herself.
So I just had to turn her away. I
She
said,
she
"You're
whiffed
useless.
she whiffed on the
You're useless to me."
KFC, so she basically was standing there with a sitter in front of her, and she didn't deliver.
She didn't deliver.
Finishing.
No. I'm going to be Sam for 5 seconds. He went, "Sorry, Jules. It's not you. It's just that I love the chicken."
Yeah. It's like, sorry, Jules. First of all, I was really hungry and I really wanted KFC. I told you to bring it along. You forgot it. You're useless to me. Sorry.
Off you go.
It's not you. It's the chicken that I love.
There you go.
It's the
So I
principle.
don't get this
It's
one
the
because
principle.
I'm not up on this. What does this mean?
Are there two characters from EastEnders?
EastEnders
Pat
references.
Butcher. They were feuding over a gentleman called Frank Butcher, who you know, Gary, because he's in Snatch.
Oh.
He's Doug the diamond dealer.
Oh. I like
the one
that.
who's like, Evie. That's Frank
He's got the
Butcher.
two. He's got the twin daughters, right?
Yep.
Yes, that's 100% correct. Well done. Yeah, basically, he was mainly known for this. I was going to call it sitcom. It's a soap opera. Basically, and they were warring over him. They weren't warring very long because they realised he's a muppet. But you know.
That's the problem. You gotta, if you're the guy, you're like, pick quick, please.
Especially when you find out you're a Muppet and you should be in Jim Henson's Muppet Factory.
There you go.
Let's just say Peggy Mitchell was a little bulldog of a woman. Like, what's the nicest way to put it?
Barbara Windsor, right?
Yeah, but most known for going, "Get out of my pub."
Yeah. Get out
Which
of
she
it.
chucked people at. Yeah.
Yes.
And Pat Butcher is the opposite. She's a sturdy woman. I think it's kind to say she's a sturdy female. Where she'd be like Frank Butcher, the guy would be all like, he'd get a bit riled up. She'd sit there and be like, "Leave it, Frank." And then he'd leave it. Yeah. The time he was wearing the bow tie, and then they both caught him out, he was naked apart from wearing the bow tie. And I was like, yeah, this aired at a time where children could have watched it. So
Tom revealing that he has an extensive viewing history of EastEnders.
I've not seen it for about 10 years, but I saw that.
Bollocks.
I couldn't tell you a thing that's happened in it since
I was randomly,
since Stacey Slater shot someone.
I was randomly clicking through channels a while ago, and I saw that Danny Dyer was in it. I was like, "What the f? What's going on here?"
That's when you know the money from the late 90s British film career sort of started to run out.
All the hooligan films sort of run out of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, even Snatch wouldn't have him in it. Gary, there's a film you should watch called The Football Factory. You should watch it. It's good.
I'm Danny Dyer and I'm on.
Yeah. The only football that's actually in it is there's one scene where kids are playing football. But other than that, it's about the hooliganism. But it's fascinating and funny.
Cool.
It's a pretty good film, actually.
Gary adding it to his list, which he should.
I just put it on my list, and I started Godfather, and then I got really tired, so I had to sleep. So, but
the Football Factory is like the Godfather in that it's not, but it is the Godfather of football hooligan films. It's not that. That would be.
Just don't listen to anything Tom says. Basically, he's just talking bollocks.
The assemble. Welcome to the show.
Hello, assembled. Hello.
Yeah. So.
There's only so much you can say when your teams ain't yet.
Yeah, but I'll put out the scores, and if there's anything you want to talk about, we can.
Let's talk about Chelsea. Leicester absolutely smashed.
Leicester City looked like they might be able to steal something, and then they didn't. City's main man got a free kick, and really nice free kick. And
I loved how there's loads of. I saw there's loads of people this last few days saying, "Oh, Leicester City could get a result against Manchester City because Haaland's not playing." It's like, Yeah, you're right. Haaland's not playing, but City is still a bloody good team without him.
But
They've still got
you can see
loads
that you can see the difference though, right? Because
Yeah.
like Alvarez he's an up and coming. He could be a really good player in the future, but there is a step down when they don't have at least the same quality that they used to have up front when they put somebody there, be it Sterling
They've got so many goal threats,
or
right? That's the
Jesus.
thing, right? They've got all those weapons, and
Yeah.
So without Haaland, okay, you haven't got the goal machine, but you still got loads of weapons.
I would say today they threatened, but they weren't. They didn't look like they were going to score as easy. Like even like based on what they've done over the years when they haven't had a Haaland sitting there, they threatened the back three. The final third, but it didn't look like they're going to get goals like in the past. You're like a goal's coming, right? It didn't seem like that to me. I don't know if you got a chance to see it.
I didn't see the game, but
I do say that. I do something that makes me laugh about football and discussing football. Yeah, on various points yesterday on Stoop, I heard the phrase that came up was "City have been leaking goals," which I find quite fascinating, considering they've actually conceded the least amount of goals, apart from Newcastle in the league. But they've conceded 11 goals. Wow. But you have also conceded 11 goals.
Yeah, see, I'm just wondering why you didn't lead with that. So I'm a little disappointed that your initial thought is, I'm gonna big up City, and I'm not gonna mention that Arsenal's defense is just disqualified to be listed there.
It's not, but it's not.
No. I don't. No. It's always about Arsenal. Plus, you got to get this right.
They're two disappointing results in the Champions League that everyone refer to as they're losing it. They're losing a step with 0-0 draws. So even then, their defense did their job.
But it's levels, man. How many times I keep telling you there are levels to this thing? A 0-0 draw for City is terrible. It is.
Tom, I think what it is, I think people are thinking back to there's been 2 or 3 games where, like in a row, where basically City were letting in like 1 or 2 goals and even 3 goals against Newcastle. So there was a period of like 3 or 4 games where they're letting a few goals basically, and the rest of
that happened the last time Leeds won. That happened literally the hour after Leeds last won a match.
Yeah.
So
that's how long ago it was.
And this could be a little disappointing. Ray, I believe, is kind of agreeing with me a little bit, and I'm not.
No, I didn't see the game today, but I'm saying, but you on recent games you see Manchester City. They have they have weapons all over the field, right? They've.
True. Yeah. No. They look really threatening, like I said, but they didn't have a bite. They looked really threatening. A lot of bark, right? But they didn't like they were going to bite you. Ryan has joined the show. Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Big up, Ryan.
And yes, and Chelsea is still now, what is it? 7 points clear. Very nice.
And we got to win tomorrow. I mean, at home against Forest. Bloody hell.
Yeah. But you're not all talking about the true rivalry in football that has emerged. Jack Grealish versus Almiron. That is the true rivalry in football. On the day that when Man City won the title, Jack Grealish was basically roasting Mahrez for how bad he was and they had to take him off. And he went, "You were playing like Almiron." He actually said that on the title celebration. And then since the moment he said that, he has outscored Jack Grealish by about a ratio of like 6-1.
Almiron has been a very mediocre player, but this season Eddie Howe has got him, really, really ticking.
Yeah,
and he looks
until Jack Grealish,
he's a quality player now. Far this season.
The moment Jack Grealish called him shit in front of the whole world, he's basically turned into Ronaldo. Yeah. Peak Ronaldo.
City has a plan though for Grealish, right? Is what I heard. He is a decoy, right? For some reason, he's a decoy. He's got like a stake around his neck, and everybody's following him around, but he doesn't do much for them in terms of
Grealish. Grealish has got that look. He's got that Saturday night. I'm at the nightclub, just outside the nightclub with my mates. Look, having a bit of go on my vape, and I've got a lager in the other hand, and he's just, you know, he knows he's a good-looking guy and he can just pull all the birds, but he's a real cocky lad, and you just want to go and slap him. That's the kind of guy. It just looks like he deserves a nice slap, Jack Grealish. Tom, do you agree?
Yeah, the Leeds Villa rivalry in me wants to say that, but I just got this. There's this weird feeling like, but a lot of things people have a go at him about, like, oh, look at him in Vegas spending loads of money. What a twat! It's like, but he earns loads of money. But he earns loads of money. Like, he can literally afford what he's spending.
Of course. There's nothing wrong with that. That's his holiday. People should be able to do whatever they want on their holiday. I agree with that.
That's what I mean. But they'll take photos of him in like the week after the season's finished, sort of, or England duty had finished, or whatever. Basically, where he's literally on his holiday, and they're like, "Look at him spending loads of money in Vegas, big time Charlie."
There's that side.
He literally is a big time Charlie.
Yeah, there's that side of it, but then there's also some of the videos you see of him coming out, and that's why some people are probably like, see, right? He's drunk out there hanging out, boxing match, what it was the other day, months ago, whatever it was. So it's not like he isn't giving you a little bit to chat about when he's out there doing what he does, right? So, yeah.
I don't know.
And I saw this comment. It's more, I guess, it's football related. And it's one of those things where Arsenal says bye-bye to a player, it doesn't work out, and it seems to always work out for us. That it's probably a good idea that we don't.
What the hell have Chelsea been doing with strikers? Right, I don't get it. Since it was Tuchel as well that ruined it. I mean, first of all, Tuchel bought Lukaku, who was doing really well in Inter Milan. Brought Lukaku back to Chelsea and had everything planned and lined up ready for him. And he came in and he started scoring goals. And all of a sudden, things changed. He changed tactics. He didn't like what was going on or whatever. Changed tactics. And that's it. Lukaku stopped scoring goals and turned to shit. And then ever since then, it seems like Chelsea just can't get a forward to work. It's like they just can't get something going with a forward.
Who could they have picked up in the market of strikers? Because they have the money.
They got loads of money. They could pick
No. But I'm saying, who could they have picked up that? Because to me, it just seems like they need a striker who's clinical, right?
Well, guys,
no, but you keep saying anyone, but who is anyone? Because they picked up. They said, maybe we'll give Sterling a little help with our attack.
They could have gone for Osimhen maybe at Napoli. They could have gone for.
Sorry, guys. Guys, you've brought up some interesting things, but
nonsense radar just went off.
No, I don't usually out this, but I'm a bit of a secret hacker, and I managed to hack Todd Bowley's phone basically, and I've basically gone into his Google history, and I can tell you what he Googled in the last hour. He basically Googled Roberto De Zerbi release clause. Can you sack a manager after a month? What position does OG play? How much to sign OG? And then finally, can I just buy Brighton?
All very valid questions there.
So,
as Russ will say, you bought the wrong goalkeeper, and his says you bought the wrong team.
Would have cost him a lot less to buy Brighton as well, to be fair, and he would have already had the manager. See,
he didn't have to bring the manager.
He'd have saved.
He could have saved like half his money.
You know what? That's that type of tactic, right? I'll tell you a little story about Norwegian football in the 90s. In the 90s, Norwegian football was absolutely dominated by Rosenborg. They were in the Champions League every year, and because of the money they got from the Champions League, right, and all the extra sponsorship money and everything, but they were so many 100 times richer than everyone else. They just had so much more money in terms of the market value of players in Norway, and they actually did really well in the Champions League as well. That's some great. They got to the knockout round a couple of times and beat Milan away, and there's some real classic stuff there. But I just remember through the 90s what they did. They had this policy, and it was so bad and blatant, but no one could stop them. They would just any other team's best players, they would just go and buy them. So that they'll basically just completely gut their rivals of all their best players. And even if they had, I mean, they'd completely stack their own squad with all the best players, and they're just buying players, even just they wouldn't use them. They just to have them. Just to have them in the squad. It's like, well, at least now you can't play against us, They were doing that for several years through the 90s. It was terrible. Everyone was pulling them about it, but they didn't care. Oh, we got so much money, we'll just do it, So for they literally won the league 14 seasons in a row. I mean, it was really, really bad. And then the bubble burst when they didn't qualify. They changed the rules in the Norwegian league. They brought in these financial stuff and everything, and basically they couldn't spend what they did, and had to sort of go back to trying to actually develop players and stuff. They lost out and they didn't get into the Champions League this one season. That's it. That's it. They couldn't really recover from that.
That's cool.
Anyway, they got replaced by Mulder.
It's like when you go to a home poker game, and the person's house that you're at basically raises, puts more money behind every time they start to see that their money's starting to trickle away, and they just kept loading more money behind their chips every time. You're just sitting there going, damn, he can take the loss. I can't. I didn't bring that much money here with me. So yeah, but there were a couple comments here, so let's go through the comments real quick. I know we went off on a tangent when Mr. Nonsense actually brought something of substance to the show.
Yeah, let's talk about something in the chat. Sure.
Yeah,
I like our chat.
No, that was good. I did not know you had that level of how do they say it? Intelligence to kind of break through and get into his chat history. Or
Tom is awesome. Tom is our hacker. You can see there in the dark, they're hacking away.
I'm clearly a hacker.
There you go.
That's it. That's your part-time job, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's his fault for it.
So how do you guys think?
Password.
Yeah. City has let how many? They've let 3 players go. They replaced it with just the one big cog. Is that
for me?
Is that going to work?
They're still a huge. I mean, they still got weapons. Look earlier this season.
That's not what I said. Is it?
Yeah.
But does Haaland erase all the players they've let go? Like it's okay? Like it's equal?
I would say in terms of goal production, he's probably worth at least the same, if not more, goals.
And then what about all the other things that they do? Because they don't just score goals. And Zinchenko
but he's
goals.
The missing link, right? Because Haaland is a complete forward. He can drop down, he can stay up top, toe the line, he can poach, he can do everything. He can absolutely do everything. So he's their missing link. He was, what Man City have been missing in recent seasons, since Aguero basically, is that goal scoring machine. And they got it. They got it now with Haaland. But they still got all those other weapons, who can score goals. So even though Haaland is an absolute goal scoring beast, they still score goals without him as well. I mean, okay, lately you see
you say lately it looks like, well, maybe that is what it looks. That is what it is. Is that when he isn't clicking, when he isn't on the pitch?
Well, they scored today with De Bruyne, right? They're still winning games.
Yeah.
I mean, they won today. Look what we're talking about. They won today 1-0 with De Bruyne. Haaland's not playing, and everyone's like, "Oh, Man City aren't so good anymore." It's like,
no, but the odds have turned into the favor of the opponent now. As small as it's turned, it has turned. No, if he doesn't hit that, you're saying every time he kicks. Are you saying every time he kicks a free kick, it's guaranteed to go in? No, you're not saying that.
That's why he's the best player in the world.
Think of this logically. Every top team in the world, if they don't have their best player playing, they're not going to be as good. Yeah. That is just the way it is. You're losing. You don't have your absolute best weapon on the pitch. But
They
what
did
I'm
have their
saying
best
is,
weapon on the
despite him
pitch.
not playing, City still have all the other best weapons.
No, but their best
City
player
had their
is De
best player
Bruyne, isn't
playing.
it? Though their best player is De Bruyne, right?
City
Yeah,
literally had their best player playing, and it's why they won.
Yeah, okay. You can split hairs between
No,
De
he's
Bruyne and
splitting the
Haaland.
hairs. You just said their best
your
player,
point, no.
and then
No,
their best
no,
player
no,
is
no.
De
I know
Bruyne.
your
It's
point.
not
I know your
Haaland.
point. It's
Haaland's
fine.
the best. He's the
I'm
best
talking
tool
about
they've got in the
in
chest.
terms of performance this season, right? Haaland is their big number one player so far this season. But yes, if you're looking overall as their best player overall in terms of ability and stature in the team, yes, De Bruyne is number one. But I'm talking, we know what we're talking about with Haaland. What a huge force he's been so far this season.
Yeah.
Without him, everybody think, oh, that's it. City's not going to really do so well, but they're still doing well.
It's why it pays to have 2 or 3 world-class players in your team, because when your goal machine is not on the pitch, your free kick machine can still pop up in a tight spot and go, boop, 1-0 win.
I mean, look at them. They've got, like I said, you've got De Bruyne, they've got Mahrez, they've got Gundogan, they've got Torres, they've got what's his face, Bernardo Silva. They've got and even got that new guy now. I forget his name. He's doing really well.
You're talking about, right?
Alvarez, yeah, even he looks promising.
Yep.
So it's they've got so many weapons there. They're going to score goals for them.
No. I'm not saying. I just feel like it doesn't give them the same level as they had before, but it does. They're like when Haaland's on the pitch, yes. When he's not, no. You know what I mean? For me, that's kind of how I feel about it. I think you have the odds are in your favor a little bit. They come back to you a little bit when he's not on the pitch. Right?
Yeah,
because when he's on the pitch, he could do nothing for 85 minutes in the match.
Yeah, but what you're saying,
5 minutes,
Gary,
you're done.
Let me see if I can understand what you're saying. So you're saying this season compared to last season, or say, last season they had Jesus last season. So when you say this season, if Haaland's injured like now, you're saying they're worse off than last season.
Yeah, because they don't have like last season they were going to get something from Jesus, they would get something from Sterling. Those two probably equal Haaland, and sometimes they're not on the pitch at the same time.
You got Alvarez, right?
And now Alvarez isn't at that level yet. He's still young, right? He's still figuring this thing out. He's not there yet.
Okay, you're talking actually like for like type. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying. I'm looking at what's on the table
I know
right
what
now.
You're saying. I'm just looking at the team as a whole. I mean, they're still scoring goals.
They have talent, right? But they don't have. He's not putting out those performances yet. Where Haaland comes off, you bring on Alvarez, and you're like, yes, I know what we're going to get from him right now. He's still not there yet. He's the fact like this is almost like when you had Foden come on, and you're like, he's not doing anything. Right,
I didn't even mention him.
And he
didn't even come on. He came off the bench today, right?
Sub scoring goals is very rare in football. I've said this before. People underestimate how rare it actually is for subs to change games. They do, but it's not as often as people think or expect it to happen.
I get where Gary's coming from, and I just disagree because for me, I think Haaland, yes, okay, when he's not playing, you're probably, you're saying Jesus and Sterling will probably more than make up for that. I just think the City team now, even without Haaland, with Alvarez, and Alvarez is not at full speed at the moment, I still think they've got so many goals there. They're not really going to miss out on it. I don't think they're less. I just want to finish off by saying I don't think they're less a team without Haaland than last season without their top player.
I'm just going to say hi to Arsenal Misfit is joining us. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, big up, Steve.
This trend has got to stop. I'm really. I know he's now. I believe something's not right.
The Matrix is not right today. It's all off.
Can you say that I find fascinating about the Haaland transfer? I've seen this like on the internet, right? Right. And basically, people sit there and they go, "Oh, Haaland cost less than Darwin Núñez." It's like, no, he didn't.
And
He didn't.
the whole package deal,
patently untrue.
the whole package deal doesn't
No,
compute,
but
right?
people have said, like, to counter my disagreement with this, people have said, in fairness to them, I don't agree with them, but they have said, "Oh, but people in every other transfer in world football, no one ever talks about the extra costs and the hidden costs and the agent fees, because they're not usually that public."
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows that Porto received more money for Núñez than, was it or Porto or Benfica, whichever. I think it was Porto, I can't remember. Whoever it was received more money for Núñez than Dortmund received for Haaland. But everyone knows that transfer cost more than £50 million.
Yeah, because you're talking about in total, and like you say, those fees are undisclosed fees. All the extra fees, like the agents' fees, bonuses, sign-on fees, they're all undisclosed fees. So what we normally see is just the actual even if they partly disclose what that is, you'll just maybe get to know about
So do you think that the
fee.
Núñez, the 80, isn't it 80 mil or something like that for Núñez? You think all of that is the transfer fee, or some of that is the agent fees and stuff like that?
No, I'm sure there's an agent fee as well.
The agent's fee, that is not part of that. That is just a transfer fee. That is what the club is going to pay for the player. Basically, the deal that can be structured.
That's what the club receives.
That can be structured over several years, but that's what the value of the transfer itself is. On top of that, there'll be signing on fees or bonuses. There will be agents' fees as well. And this is interesting with the Haaland transfer, because I know this is a bit morbid, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but Manchester City dodged a big bullet with with the agent passing away. I forget his name now. The big agent,
Raiola.
Raiola. Actually dodged a bullet with him passing away, because his fee to set up that transfer was actually set to be £30 million. It was going to be the biggest agent fee ever in history by any margin. £30 million he's going to get for sorting out the City deal, and it was all set up ready to go. Raiola dies, passes away, unfortunately. May he rest in peace. And so City didn't have to pay that. So they're going to pay. Obviously, they've paid probably very high agents' fees to whoever took over, but they didn't pay the 30 million. So when you look at the whole deal, right? When you look at how much they paid, it was roughly about 50 or 60 million was his clause to buy him, the release clause. And then you look at what they're paying agents' fees. His signing on bonus was apparently 20 million, something like that. I think they paid 20 million in signing on bonus. And then you look at his actual wage, how much they're going to be paying him over his contract. It's just the silly money. And to go back on that, do you know what I'm going to tell you? People probably don't know this, but this has actually been verified by independent. People do like independent finance reports and stuff like that.
Sorry, this is a Sam exclusive.
It's some people are aware of this, but I think a lot of people are not. It's interesting. It's been verified by independent, football finance people, and that is. I'm going to ask you how much do you think, right? Because you know roughly how much Coutinho was sold for, right? To Barcelona, wasn't it? From
it was about 140 million, wasn't it?
The actual transfer fee, just the transfer fee, right? Was how much you remember?
I thought it was 120.
It was about 100.
It's about 100. It's about 100 million.
100. Okay.
It's about 100 million his transfer fee. But you know what they actually ended up paying? They actually ended up paying in total.
Not a lot.
Barcelona now, how much they actually ended up paying in total for everything, I'm probably not actually including his contract now, but just everything else. So I actually ended up paying over 60 million. So it was that total of that transfer. Barcelona paid just about 160 million. So that tells
That's
you
because they sold him on, right?
Yeah, that just shows you the ridiculous money there was involved in that transfer.
Wow. Well, that helped out one team more than the other one. So wow.
Yeah.
Helped out Bayern Munich.
So here's at least. I mean, I assume he's talking about Giroud, right? Right, the super sub.
No,
right?
he's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he was a player.
He was amazing, to be honest.
Basically, it is mainly based on two matches: Champions League final, where he came on and scored in the 90th minute. I can't remember whether it was the equaliser or the winner, but he got one of them. And I think he came on against Nottingham Forest in 1999 and scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
Cool. But does he have a scorpion kick in his does he have a scorpion kick? And
No.
and down a man late in the game, has he brought his team back to win?
Do you know what I found egregious about that scorpion kick? Right, why I thought he was a prize prick for doing it. Right, and not for the kick itself, because if I remember rightly, you were 3-0 down, and that put you to 3-3. Right. He then started celebrating it. Yeah, it was good. Crystal Palace. I know my Arsenal history. Anyway, right. Right, so it happened. It's amazing. Like, yeah, well done, Olivier. You've well done, mate. But you've now literally got the momentum to actually and the time on your side to win this match. Get the fucking ball and put it on the halfway line. But instead, he's like, look what I did. I'm King Cock of the night, sort of thing. And it was like, you fucking prick. You cost your team too. You might have earned your team a point, but you cost them 2. Because you would have won that game.
Right there, Tom, in terms of what he should have done that. But you're downplaying that scorpion kick so much.
No, I'm not. It was great. It was fantastic.
If what's his face had done it, if what's his face had done it, one of your strikers, you'd be creaming over it still today.
Oh, if Patrick Bamford done it, I would have.
I just think I saw Tom go like this when you said that. I think he just said. I think he drooled a little bit when you said that.
I still draw a bit when I see Tony Yeboah's goals. If I'm being honest, I'm just like they happened like. God,
Tony Yeboah had some cracking goals. Bloody hell! Wow, what a
Tony Yeboah's goals.
Oh my gosh! And here's a question out from to the panel though. All right, define confusion in 4 words.
Talking to Tom. That's 3 words.
Talking to Mr. Tom.
Talking to Mr.
Tom. Confusion.
These are not the confusions you were looking for.
He has some real random questions, doesn't he? I mean, it must be something in that water where he lives.
On confusion in 4 words.
I'm going to say that North London team does that work? That's confusion, but I like it because it makes me happy. Some days, not today.
Bloody Spurs.
Not today.
Ray, it's your fault again.
There you go. Thank you, Sam. I'm glad you are on my side.
Normally it's you, Gary, but today I'll give it to him.
I know. I don't know much about this man. So you guys let me know.
Yeah, he was a good player.
Bewilderment, perplexity, stupefaction, puzzlement, indecision, hesitation, uncertainty, and the one that I actually thought of without looking.
Here's a joke. He's come back with the answer. Liverpool.
Oh, come on. I thought I clicked it. Sorry.
Father's Day, Liverpool. Oh, my God.
Do I want to know what the reason is before that?
Huh?
Does this mean that nobody knows? Is that what it means?
It means no one knows who their dad is in Liverpool, right? You know, that's what it means.
Fucking really. I had to Googling the answer. I was
what you were doing there, I was like, why did you put on the dictionary?
No, because I was thinking like, no, what are other words for confusion? Because I would just use confusion normally. I was like,
so the joke of the day, people, confusion.
Yeah. I know it's my fault for thinking that really asked a serious question.
Yeah, I
really, I should have just typed. really, I
didn't
should have
see
just
the joke.
typed in Liverpool.
Reedy's being a bit strange again, but
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
yeah, it is my fault for not putting two
Yeah.
and two together.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Oh,
you know,
bloody Bournemouth
Put my
should have got
hands
me
up.
points today.
true.
Bloody Bournemouth.
True. Waiting for Everton to deliver me some points. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
outrageous.
Yeah.
I struggle with that one. I think.
Fucking Riddy. Fucking
Really,
He got you. He got you.
ain't the fucking first time.
I've got loads of stick jokes, but I can't share them on here because people would just faint and die.
And you don't want me blushing, do you?
I don't want you blushing, Gary. You know you're a good church-going boy.
I'm church. If I step into the church, it's gonna burn up. So I don't know about that.
No, you're a good boy. You don't swear.
Any
That's
more
fine.
questions from the chat? Really,
Yes,
you're banned from this.
should we solve any other life issues?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I've got another question.
Yeah, haven't you got some government help?
You know what? Let me tell you something. Yeah, I do need 50p to put in the meter. And I'm not above begging for money, all right? Give me all your 50p's right now. We'll set up a go 50p me or something. And
Go 50p me.
quietly pleased with that. And I will give 14% of it to Tony for his leg.
There you go. Look at that, man. This is
Wow.
he's helping out the people, man. He's putting a leg forward on that one. Yeah,
Wow.
bringing it forward. So
Yeah,
Colonel says, I
wow,
think
yeah.
Tom was born in the dark and he
That's
likes
about
Dracula.
12p.
Only can come out when sun's not shining, otherwise he burns.
True.
I thought he's taking that. Tom has taken that government grant money, the energy grant money, and he's taken that straight to Ladbrokes and done an Aki and fucking lost it.
Listen. All right. I thought Bournemouth were due to beat Tottenham. I thought they were due.
The person behind the table, behind the glass was like, "Are you sure, sir?" Yes, all of it. Are you sure,
Yes.
sir? Yes.
It's like that time I bet. It's like the time I bet against the Harlem Globetrotters. They were due a defeat.
Yeah, they only won 1 million games in a row.
You know what? As many people have said, we don't really care what they do because it won't amount to anything, anyways. So we really don't care what they do, but it is fun to laugh at them, right? It does bring joy to our face, and no matter if they win, it means what? What does it mean? Nothing. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
He wants predictions for tomorrow.
I'm going to quote one of my favourite movies, not my absolute favourite movie. I'm going to quote Mr. T / Clubber Lang in Rocky 3. My prediction for Nottingham Forest.
Pain.
I
like when he walks by the announcer and he like looks at him and he's like, I forgot what he says, but I want to say he says that boy's big or something.
Yeah. So we'll talk about the game a little bit tomorrow then.
Yeah, let's do that. We almost hit the 70-minute mark. So hope everybody's enjoyed wherever we went today. I think it was a good
robots,
thing. So
robots.
Tomorrow you've got two matches. Arsenal is home to Nottingham Forest, and Old Trafford welcomes West Ham. So here we go. Riddy's got. Oh, sorry, not Riddy. Got Ray's already got his numbers in here. 3-0 win.
He's probably jinxed that then, hasn't he?
Yeah. You know what? What's funny about that is I had 3-0 in my head, in my heart. Really is 3-0.
Sorry, just calling my bookie. Yeah. Put it all on Nottingham Forest 3-0.
Ryan going big.
Good for it.
These guys are going crazy with these 5-0.
Nottingham Forest, they did well last time out, didn't they?
Yeah.
They're starting. Nottingham Forest are starting to look like a team, just a little bit. Starting to look like a team.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you, I feel like they always looked like they had something about them when I watched them play. they just looked really young and really new to this whole Premier League thing, right? They
No,
you
they've
know
got loads of
that's
players. They're trying to figure out who plays well together, right? I mean, they brought a whole
yeah.
new squad basically.
Because they took out the striker who always looked like he could threaten, but didn't help them otherwise, right? And they went with a different
Mm.
striker, and I think they got a little bit more out of it in terms of being able to control what they wanted to do in the match. And
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I think Nottingham Forest are not going to be the pushovers we think they are, but we should
Yep.
definitely be dominating and winning that game tomorrow. And if we don't, I'll be very disappointed.
very
If
true.
we don't win that game, if we don't win that game, at least 2-0. I want 3-0 like Ray. I want 3-0 like Ray wants.
Yeah,
If we're not winning that game, at least 2 or 3-0, I'm disappointed because where we are compared to where they are, we need to be dominating them.
No, and the team needs to know that they are well ahead of Nottingham Forest in terms of where they're standing in the league. So it shouldn't even be like they should come in pretty confident they can get something out of it and actually show it on the pitch. Colonel Ward really is thinking that the wheels are falling off. I think I mentioned that the other day, and somebody said I don't think the wheels are falling off. But for me, when I say, I guess I don't mean it like we're dead and buried, but I just mean like we're seeing chinks in the armor, right? And I don't want us to fix those.
We've got to get back to form. We've got to get our the players who are out at the moment. We need to get them back, and we need to start finding some form again because as soon as we lose 2 or 3 players, that's it. We can see the level drops. But Nottingham Forest, we're playing them at home. We've been really good at home this season, so that's why I feel quite confident. Well, I do feel very confident because we are at home. It'd be a different story if we're at the City ground.
True.
They would it'd probably be different then, as we saw last season. But I think I feel confident. I think we'll win, but we should definitely be dominating the game again.
Yeah, see, I had, like I said, I had 3-0 in my heart.
I don't want to see Eddie Ling. I don't want to see Nketiah play for us, to be honest. But we know that's not going to happen.
Well, see, for me, in that sense, you got Nketiah, but I really don't want to see Sambi play for us, and I don't want to see Holding play for us either. Kind of feel like they each don't like. I don't want to see them play in the roles that they're currently playing for us.
Yeah.
In the sense that Sambi can't play back there by himself, and Holding. Not to start a match. He can come in and close all he wants because that means he only gives us about 15 to 30 minutes of his time. But for 70 minutes, I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it at all. Riddy also, I guess, wants to see what Mr. Tom and Ryan really is thinking it's going to be 2 touchdowns with a 2-point conversion for Liverpool in this match.
I'm predicted severe pain, but not for Leeds.
Yeah,
there he is. There's
probably for Leeds. But
let
me tell you. Let me tell you something, Scassers. Let me tell you something, Scassers. Yeah, I've studied you. I know all your strengths and I know all your weaknesses, brother. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you. And we're gonna go round you, we're gonna go through you, we're gonna go up you. Wait, no, not up you, that's not PG. But we're gonna get the points because we need the points, brother.
Yeah.
Even Colonel Ward has got no. Wait a minute, that comment from Colonel Ward, he had me in first half.
This tactic striker terror's gone off the road a bit today.
Let me tell you, we're gonna. So pardon my language, sorry kids, but we're gonna fuck them up.
Oh my gosh!
No, seriously,
that blue finger,
we've got to move the ball around.
That blue finger,
got to move around quick.
Where you been with that blue finger?
I know that. Well, oh,
it's still blue. It's still blue. Don't worry. It's not brownified itself yet. Don't worry. Anyway,
he's joking. Just in case you were starting to cry about his prediction.
Yeah, no. Oh, I could tell he's joking because what he really wanted to say was 10-0. So
true.
But
Even Riddy thinks you guys are gonna have a really. It's gonna be a really busy day tomorrow, but you're gonna get
Yeah,
the
but
extra goal.
yeah, but to be fair to Riddy, right on this, I slightly suspect he's picking Leeds win because he hates the other team more.
Very true. Very
I
true.
think there's a little bit of bias there with Reedy, don't you? Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. What else? Oh, there is. Oh, yeah. So this is just confirming what I think we all think. At least the Arsenal fans that I chat with. It's at least most of them, anyways. Eddie and Sambi, their time on the pitch is. I mean, I don't think we should be surprised, but some people are surprised that they don't look as good as they're showing. This is no. I don't understand this whole concept of, well, you were crap for a whole season with us, right? You were crap for a whole season with us, and now all of a sudden things will change and it'll be
Apologies.
okay.
We're twins. We're fucking twins now. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Apologies.
So
Keep
I
turning your mouth.
don't get that. I mean, do you guys agree that if you're playing crap going into the end of a season, that when the season starts up again, you're going to be better all of a sudden?
There's a lot of things that factor in here, Gary. You got to remember players. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking in general now. Not. I'll come back to Eddie and Sumby just a second, but players do develop. Young players do develop, and they can have a poor season before they break out and have a good season. But it normally happens with younger players, like between 18 and 20, maybe 21, 22. Sambi's 23 now, going on 24. Eddie and Ketia.
He's like 22 or older, I think.
So. Yeah, he's about 22. But the thing with Eddie, he's just had too many seasons now where we just don't see anything better from him, right? It's just like, how many seasons are we going to give this guy to break out? Now, if we could play him like, basically as a third choice, just a little bit here and there, maybe loan him out somewhere so he could play maybe at a slightly lower level where he could maybe, be easier for him to perform, get some more goals, get some more confidence and development. But having him at the level we've seen as our second striker, it's just not good enough. He's just not good enough for that level. And Sambi, unfortunately, he hasn't really developed either, right? I mean, I know we haven't had him that long, but I think we should have seen more out of him now, to be honest. And I think that's what a lot of people are agreeing on, that, we're not seeing enough from him, even though he's young. But he's 23, so he's getting to that age. He's at that age now where we need to be seeing more. We have to be, again, we're not a charity, right? We need to start realizing we're not a farmer team, that basically knows all we can do is provide players for other clubs. We actually need to be brutal and honest and say, sorry, you're just not good enough. Yeah. Move him on, move him on, sell him or loan him out or whatever, and then bring in someone who's better. That's what we've got to do.
Yeah, no, I think you, and I agree with you with the example that you provided, and that's why for me, we always look at the young players and we say, well, there's potential there. The potential for Nketiah and Sambi, I believe, have already been realized, in the sense that we knew there were potential there. Now it's time to actually show that you got it, right? Like Saka showed potential when he played for in Europa League for us, right? And then that's done. No more potential. Time to show up, and he's been gradually showing us every time out, every season since that he's got it, right? How many times do you do that for Nketiah? And I think we're short on patience for like a Sambi right now, because we're right there on the cusp of getting where we want to be, which is an established club with a solid base that all we do is just plug and play, right, from season to from window to window, right? And I would like to get a bigger base now, right? We're up to like 13, 14 players that we can depend on to get the job done when everything's clicking. And the other players, they're trying to get in that spot and they're just not showing it. So for me, like I said, I don't think players, like you said, after 22, 23 are going to change much unless they're injured.
They're very late bloomers. They can be some players can be late bloomers, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's very seldom. So if you're waiting on someone to develop beyond 23, 24, it's not really going to happen. You really just got to be brutal and say sorry. You know, you're not really doing what we want.
So is Ian Wright somebody who did that? Like
he was a late bloomer. Ian Wright was a late bloomer. Yeah.
And it took him maybe taking a step down, right?
But he didn't come to us. He didn't come to us until quite late. Remember, he was already well established into his career basically before he came to Arsenal.
Yeah,
he was about 25, 26 or something like that when he came to us. I think something like that.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's usually pretty clear whether or not they're going to work for us based on where we are today. Like our third choice striker and third choice number 6 are on the squad, but they're being asked to be number 2s, and that doesn't work for us, right? It doesn't work for us. Holding isn't even like our fourth. For me, he's not a fourth center back for us, right? He's probably more of a 5th or 6th because Sambi would play there ahead of him if we really needed to, and we had everybody healthy in our fullbacks, right? If all our fullbacks were healthy, and we had to lose Gabriel or Saliba, would you rather put Tomiyasu in there or White in there before you go to Holding?
White is definitely well ahead of Holding as a centre back in my opinion.
And Tomiyasu, would you
probably yes in terms of his defensive ability? Yeah, probably.
So he's our fifth. Yeah. He's our fifth centre back if it came down to it, and we just had one spot to fill. So. I think there was a comment here about going a little bit further than just this weekend. Started with Beats Gunner here talking about the Chelsea match. Here's my first thought on that one. I don't like playing teams that just lost.
Exactly. You just know they're going to show up against us, right? That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. So I don't like that at all. Just because I like everybody to lose to my team, So. And Riddy says, I don't see us beating Chelsea away. Yeah, we said that last time, right? We said that last season, right? Away. Didn't we say that last time? And Kedia up top is going to be terrible.
Yeah, all of a sudden he pulled out a miracle, didn't he?
So, so I feel like Chelsea, we keep talking about this bogey team. Aren't we their bogey team? They don't get anything on us, right? When do they get? When do you go into a Chelsea? When you look at the results afterwards, go. Well, you know what? We went into it thinking this is going to be a crap game, and we came out going, "I'll take that." And that's been the case over the last.
Yeah, we've done well lately against Chelsea. Lately, recently, we've done quite well against them. Yeah.
So I think Burnley could take. Here we go. Burnley could take Sambi. Yeah. And I think these are similar comments. Arsenal let Andy Cole go. He went on to have a great career.
Yeah. Oh, there's loads of players we've let go, isn't there? Who've done quite well. Gnabry and that, but Gnabry wasn't showing enough.
Yeah, but you know what? Those are the types of things where they needed to go out on loan, and they needed to feel like they were part of the squad.
Back.
No,
Gnabry did go out on loan, and even then he wasn't that great.
Was he injured or something? I don't know.
I think he had an injury as well. Yeah.
If you go to that team and then you leave, you probably. But you know what? Going to that team and then moving on is probably always going to be better for you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just in general,
you can definitely move up from there.
Yeah. Ray, don't insult other clubs' players. Yeah, Mimi.
Yeah, Ray.
Ray, go check their stat.
I think we better involve Tom again because he's looking a bit bored.
So Mr. Tom, talk to me. We were just chatting it up. We could have talked about players leaving Leeds.
I'm nearly fell asleep. If I'm being honest, I was like, Jesus, still going about this.
It's part of your show. You know what? I've seen you jump into the conversation, so I know if you wanted to, you would have just gave us some of your nonsense break. If you really wanted to.
I'm reading your comment section, man. I'm sitting here like I need kind of wall bound for 2 minutes and 38 seconds. I need really banned for 42 seconds.
And you know what?
Sorry, banned's not the right word. Banned's not the right word. Time them out.
There you
Put them
go.
on the naughty step for
There
their
you go.
anti-Leeds rhetoric. You can
Yeah.
say, we're a free society, you can say whatever you want, but it don't mean you're free from consequences, bro.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
And Gnabry didn't go. I don't think he went directly to Bayern here, right? He did have a step before he got there, so it wasn't a Arsenal to Bayern step. It was a couple of steps in between. Tom is calling the anti-Liverpool gods and demons now. Is that true?
Yeah, it's not a lie.
There you go. There you go. All right, so we got about we have hit the 85-minute mark. 85-minute mark.
To be honest, I used up my credit with Lord God and Lords and Saviours and Vishnu and Guru Nanak and all that. We're in the championship during lockdown. I'd go to bed every night going, please let's beat Barnsley tomorrow. Please, I don't want to be in the championship anymore.
That's it.
And we did. So I can't really...
You can see because I left you with no electricity.
Exactly. I literally said, as long as you put my team in the Premier League, I will sacrifice 98% of my electricity. Enough to go on the internet and talk about it.
There you go.
So I'm in the dark. And so that's why I can't complain. I think I used up all my credit in the year 2000. So not really much I can do now.
Looks like it. All right, so we're gonna head out of here. Mr. Tom's gonna have his say a little bit, and before I guess Mr. Tom's gonna have his say before we head out of here. So, Mr. Tom, what say you?
Do you want me to do a question of the week?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, go on.
I did skip that. Hit it.
Go on then.
Okay.
These are always good. I always like these.
Right.
Everybody in the chat, get ready for the question.
Let me go into the Enchanted book, which I've read upside down. Okay. Let's see if question.
That's also Tom's list of drug suppliers.
Yeah, Ray's a little disappointed that he gets timed out for what he said in the past, but not what he for what he said in the past or what he said in the future, whatever it is. And you'll say,
I don't make the rules, Rids. I didn't make the rules.
See, there you
Sorry,
go.
mate.
There you go.
Right. When was 3 points for a win first introduced, and where?
In the world?
In football. When and where was 3 points for a win first introduced?
I'm going to say 1925, and it was introduced in Germany.
I'm going to say 1931. And
incorrect. Incorrect. And incorrect.
Oh, did somebody else answer? Oh.
So are we?
Well, the Assemble says in the 1980s.
Nah.
Oh, sorry. Let me consult. Let me consult the part where I said what decade was it. Oh, that's right. It doesn't. So.
Yeah.
So he's saying that's the correct decade then.
I might have said that. I might have.
What? They didn't introduce 3 points until the 80s.
He said he might have, but he did go into his book to reconfirm that, you know what? Maybe the Assemble.
I was just doing that for entertainment purposes. I know the answer.
1952 and I don't know, France.
Incorrect.
44 in Italy.
Incorrect.
We're gonna be fucking guessing all night here, so they put us out of misery.
So the Assemble tried a different range of numbers.
Oh, that hurts me so much because I can't say he's wrong because he's not. But
Riddy is in 58 Argentina, and based on Tom's last statement. We've gotten it narrowed down to it looks like at least
Incorrect.
a 5-year period.
I can't believe we had three. We just had 2 points until that late.
I'm gonna go with. Let's see. When I left England in 1980, and I'm gonna go.
Oh, you're very close. You're so close. You're practically touching
81.
cloth. Correct.
81.
But wow.
Spain.
Oh, incorrect.
Germany.
Is it Europe?
Incorrect. It is in Europe. Correct. Incorrect.
It's not in Europe.
No, it is in Europe.
Okay, it's in Europe then. Okay. Is it one of the countries I've mentioned so far?
No, because I think I did say he's one of the ones you did.
But I don't think it has been mentioned. It's.
You say
you kick
Italy?
yourself.
Italy?
No.
Yeah.
You kick yourself.
Is it
Maybe
England?
if it actually got said to us. Yes.
So it's actually England then. Okay.
So
1981 in England.
oh.
Wow.
However,
Wow.
and as a bonus, sorry, just we know the answer. So I'm just gonna make it a little more clever, doesn't it? The first World Cup where they implored for a win was.
So it's going to be 82 in Spain.
Nope.
86 in Mexico.
Nope.
1990 in Germany. No, sorry, Italy, I mean. 90 in Italy.
Nope.
What?
Going in the wrong direction, it sounds like.
94
No.
in America.
Yes. That was the first year FIFA adopted 3 points for a win. It was in America in 1994.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Partly because of the absolutely atrocious Italian army, which yielded, as we discovered on Monday on the trip, 20 games that had less than 3 goals in them.
Oh god, that was a period of ultra defensive football, wasn't it?
Yes. The FIFA like this.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Tom. Really good question of the week. Hope
That was
everybody
a period
enjoyed
of
that.
the sweeper and all that. Sweeper, like what's his name? Lothar Matthäus and all that.
Cool.
Yep.
So, Mr. Tom, let's say
good
bye
question.
to
That's
your
good.
people.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Good job, Mr.
Thank
Tom.
you very much, everyone. Thank you for the support on the trivia as well. It's something I'm mildly, and I like to think other people do too. Gets the old brain ticking, isn't it? Thank you, as usual, for the support. Supporting us on a Saturday evening in England. Be doing anything else but listening to us three farts talking about things you've probably already discussed this week. But you turned up anyway. And I like to think provided a little bit of entertainment for you. A little bit, not too much. Too much ain't good for the. Little bit good for the soul. Little bit. Anyway, but seriously, thank you for supporting the show, supporting Gary in his various endeavours on the YouTube.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. And and Sam.
I just want to say thank you very much for having me again. It's always a pleasure. Lovely to see Tom. His trivia is always good fun. I just want to say I'm amazed at this crowd of people. Riddy, the Assembled. Well, we know Ray very well, obviously from the fan circle. BX,
even Colonel Ward.
These other guys, Colonel Ward. I just can't believe these guys. And Stefano Aronio normally shows up. I suppose he's a bit busy today. But I just can't believe these guys regularly show up and watch us. I mean, I can't believe it. They watch us just chat absolute crap for an hour and a half. And they come and join us and do this, several times a week. It's fantastic. I just can't get my head around it. It's amazing. It's really nice of them. Of course, we love their support. We love to interact with them. I just still can't believe they do it. It's just like, wow, why do you do it? Why do you do it? But obviously, without them, we wouldn't be here because we wouldn't bother them, would we? Really? But yeah, no, it's great as always. I just want to. Yeah, just want to make that clear. It's always great to be on with everyone, and let's hope Arsenal win tomorrow. I just want us to dominate the game tomorrow. That's what I want to see, and I hope everyone has a great Saturday evening.
Yes, sir. I can
Depending on
only really
football,
second what Sam said, but yeah, definitely enjoy everybody's support of the channel for sure. It makes it easy to come out here and chat with you guys. You guys enjoy it because we converse back and forth, so it's really
if
good.
Leeds win at Anfield, we need to fire up another stream.
I
think
we might have to do that.
Night's probably
we
safe
might,
though.
we might have to do that. That'd be really nice, but we see. Yeah, but everybody who's been saying hello, thank you very much for that. Yeah, and this has to stop. That is scaring me now. It's one of those I see dead people type things. It scares me a little bit. It scares me. Years of hard work. Yeah, you know what? This is what YouTube's all about: is chatting with your friends about whatever, and we'll talk about football, and then we'll talk about all the other stuff that's going on in the world and in our minds, which is sometimes good and sometimes to say. But once again, thank you for doing this. We'll be back next weekend. I am traveling, so we'll see what happens. I am traveling, so we'll see what happens. We might do a recorded thing, or we might do something live. We'll see how my schedule works for that. So, but thanks for joining us. And as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. And we will see you next time.